Hello and welcome back to Master of Orion. Some of you may have already seen my stream or my re-upload of a stream. I'm sorry again for the bad quality. I've never streamed before, I just wanted to try it out, and apparently there's a lot of things that you have to watch out for, like making sure that you actually can handle the upstream, which I really didn't, because, well, coding at like 300k and then uploading with an internet that can barely handle 1k is yeah, let's just not talk about that some more. But I've been thinking, and I thought that now that I've gotten some more rounds in, I think I'd just do another round and record it while doing so. So, if this is the first round of Master of Orion that you're watching, or the first round that you're watching from me, I'm not gonna assume that you watch this stream, though I'm not gonna read everything, like every single tech advancement and stuff. I'll only read them if I have the mood for it, or if I think they're interesting for some reason, so please don't kill me if there's flavor text that I don't read. But I'm gonna explain everything and how I think everything works. I know a few things more than I did during the live stream, but there's still a lot of assumptions going on because this is a preview alpha build. So this is not the full game. There's a lot of things missing and a lot of things that aren't really explained how they work, if they work at all. So let's actually just get right into that. But disclaimer: this is pre-alpha. Let's just shut up. Big disclaimer: this is pre-release gameplay, so there will be things missing, and I'll gladly point them out, and I'll also gladly talk about things I like and things I don't like with the remake, because there's been a lot of let's call it fuss in the general internet about if this game is a good Master of Orion or not, but we'll talk about that later, I guess. Now you're not speaking at all. Huh, interesting. Can I just now scroll through the races and see their advantages and disadvantages without you talking? Actually, the Akari, I think, they're pretty decent. They get additional research at the beginning because their homeworld has artifacts. They have a small bonus to beam defense, which means they're not getting hit so easily by beam weapons, which, considering that there don't seem to be any other ways to increase your beam defense, is actually a pretty decent pick, I think. And the starting tech, well, the starting tech doesn't really matter much, but they start with physics, so they can produce automated factories right from the get-go, I think. So that's good. They're really good. No doubt about that.
The harsh Ursa system is home to the Borathi.
The Borathi have a rich homeworld, and they have a tolerance to high gravity, which is sort of good. They also start with physics. So no doubt they're also decent. The Mershan have a large homeworld, and they can make use of grasslands more than other races can, and they have a very annoying special ability where they have additional ground units later, which makes them difficult to invade, but aside from that, they're general good all around. The Sakara require less food to get to the next population size. I'll probably be talking more about that in a minute. And aside from that, they can make more use of tropical planets, which I don't remember too much. Oh wait, well, swamp planets, okay. So they make more use of swamp planets, while the Mershan make more use of desert planets. Alright, that was it. The Psilons I already played during the live stream, so I'm not gonna do that again. They're good at research, and they have a tolerance for low gravity, so they're nice. You notice that I left out the humans, so let's play the filthy human apes.
Of internal conflict, and faced with dwindling natural resources on their home planet of Earth, humanity finally came together to form a consolidated once dotting its political landscape. This new government brought unification, eroding long-held distinctions based on race, color, creed, and gender. Humanity thrived and at long last reached for the stars. Now, out of the Sol system, the Human Republic arises.
That sounds pretty decent, so let's get their introduction. I'm going to be playing the humans. Their main boon is that they have increased, that they have a bonus to everything related to diplomacy, since in the stream basically diplomacy didn't really play out at all. I think this is actually kind of good, because then I can play around with with diplomacy a little bit more. And they have a malice to counter espionage, which doesn't matter this one because there's no espionage in the game. Let me also talk about expectations for the races that will be coming up soon. Trademark. The Darlogs are great at spying. That's basically their most defining characteristic. So since spying is not in the game, the Darlogs are basically useless right now. So that's probably why they're not available at all. The Tlacons used to be very good at producing stuff, basically having huge bonuses to production and all that stuff, which sort of overlaps with the Borathi a little bit, but with the Borathi, they only have a rich home planet, which in the long term doesn't make so much of a difference as if every worker of yours everywhere is good. But I wonder how they're going to balance that out, because production is sort of one of the more limiting factors right now in the game. But I'll be talking more about that soon, I guess. Magnas were also decent at construction and had some ways to repair their ships outside of combat. I guess they'll just implement that, because as you may have noticed from the other races, they're not quite as nuanced anymore as they used to be in like Master of Orion 2, for instance, which will probably come up a lot more for comparison purposes. So since everybody is less nuanced, I would guess that they only get automated ship repair systems, maybe a little bit of a production bonus, and little else. The Silicoid, I'm wondering how they're gonna do those, because the Silicoid were always special in the way that they had really no access to diplomacy on normal means, but had a huge bonus in that they didn't require any food to basically replicate. However, since, as we'll soon see, the food is sort of the means by which your people get to a higher population limit, because they don't just naturally get bigger, and you just have to arrange for enough food anymore. But food really influences your population growth. So I'm a little bit surprised what they're gonna do with that, because their Lithivore ability was sort of their most defining characteristic. I'm looking forward to see how they're doing that. And then you can also apparently make a custom race. Not sure how they're gonna do that, because everybody seems to have only quite a few traits. But that's for far in the future. I'll be happy to do another series once the game is released and play something else. But for now, let's play Filthy Human Apes. Alright, other than in the live stream, I'm gonna use the Circle Galaxy type, because I think they are way more interesting than the Spirals, because the Spirals have sort of issues with the new movement system that I lined out there. I'll be talking more about that in a minute. So I think Circle is way more interesting, and Spirals have a decent idea of sort of pairing everybody up in pairs of two, and no one can really access everything right from the get-go. It's an interesting idea, but it feels like it feels pretty linear, other than the Circle Galaxy type does. So yeah, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna do Circle here. I'm also gonna pick a medium size. I think small is pretty much too small. Large is, well, it's not really too large, but the game ends too early, because the game ends by turn 500. And you basically haven't gotten the full mileage out of a large galaxy at that point, let alone seeing full-scale war between highly developed civilizations. So that's that. I think that the turn limit and the general speed of the game is just too slow to really make use of large galaxy type. So medium it is. You also can't adjust the difficulty level. I would like to do that, because I think the average difficulty is a little bit too easy. Pick an average galaxy age, and well, 5 AI opponents, and we're gonna take my most favorite seed again. Not sure if that actually works, because all the other seeds always seem to be longer series of numbers, but let's see what happens here.
Fulfilling a dream once thought impossible, all of mankind has come together as a single world of traders and diplomats, explorers and scientists, pressing toward the final frontier. venturing forth from their blue planet Earth, they now seek to explore space, discover ancient civilizations, and coexist peacefully with their neighbors from a position of strength and solidarity.
I find that hard to believe. I mean, we can't peacefully coexist just amongst
President.
ourselves
I am
at
Victoria,
our
your
planet right
personal
now,
advisor.
so
It is my job to help you manage
Yes.
people's needs and keep you updated on what's happening on the furthest reaches of our dominion.
yes, thanks, Victoria. So this is the galaxy map, as you may see, and probably do a lot. You can move around and basically zoom in a lot of ways, which is one of the bigger plus sides of the remake, because in the past you really only were looking at a screen much like this, and then you were trying to click stuff around. Now to be able to actually zoom in there, it's actually kind of nice. In general, I think the general overlay is pretty decent, with only very few sore spots, so to say.
Excuse me, President.
Yes, exploration is paramount to our success. To move a fleet, yes, I know how to move a fleet, thank you. But exploration is paramount to our success. I'll definitely take that. So let's send our scout and also our frigate to the system here. And let's send the other scout here. You can't move around freely anymore. In the original Master of Orion, you could just say, I could have just told my people to just screw it, go over there, yeah? Because there's another sun, go there. There's space, there's no limitations. Here, you don't have that. You have this predefined nav point routes here, which basically limit you in the way where you can move. On the plus side, you don't have any range limit anymore, because in the past this was balanced by you having to research fuel cells, so you could go faster. Probably in the past I would have only been able to explore this system right from the get-go. I think this would have been too far away, and this too. So there's two sides. As always, I think this change is actually kind of nice, because this way you don't have to arrange for defense everywhere, and you can basically have a good idea on where your enemy will be coming from. So that's generally something. It's generally okay. Let's also take a look at our colony, though our advisor didn't notify us of that. There's already a colony ship in production that will come out next turn. I'm also gonna set up some stuff for the follow-up turns, which would be a research facility. I think so, at least. Yes, I think a research facility. We also have to choose a research topic so that our scientists have something to do.
Scientists are eager to start. What should we focus on?
I'll probably not hang around in this screen too much, because I'll probably take a look at the tree here and figure out what I want next. No, I don't want that next. Not already. No. Let me just get my bearings here. Okay, I want to go here eventually, but for now, let's actually just get physics first, because physics gets us automated factory, which I think is a crucial part in early development.
Excuse me.
Yes, now we can hit the next turn button.
Excuse me, President.
First colony ship is ready. Yes, okay, thank you. I did already talk about that. So there's a system here, but it only has one planet. I think as a result I'll probably go here first. Maybe this planet, I don't know. Just so that the colony ship is already on the move, and I'm basically guessing. I mean, I could just wait and see what happens when my people get there, but it'll take another 3 turns to just reach the system, and then they also need to take a turn to actually explore the planet right now, because we're missing a technology to just instantly explore the entire system. So I think just making a guess based on that there are 2 systems here, and they're both two planets here, and they both seem to be big, is actually good. So let's move on. Right, there's nothing going on this turn. Research laboratory is being built. It's good. We're getting physics in 4, so let me just hit that button a little. And one, whoops. Okay, you need new orders. So you can explore this planet here now, which is, whoops, sorry. Small but abundant, and it has gold. It's actually kind of nice, but you can go here next, I guess. Alright. You're still working on that? How much more do you need? Alright. Let's actually go there. And I think I'm gonna hit the button once more. Are we already here? You're already here, yes? Okay. Guess you didn't need both to go there. That was a sort of misclick. Oh. There's a pirate ship coming from down here. Before getting into combat, it's important to consider the enemy's strength and analyze possible outcomes. Our ships are equipped with a special device capable of estimating the enemy's fleet strength. To compare the strength, please click your fleet and then over half of the enemy fleet. Yes, thank you. I can now take a look at like this, and I see that it's basically just the frigate, because the scouts don't fight at all. But the frigate is basically more powerful than the pirate ships that are coming our way. Pirate ships probably want to head to our home system, but we gladly intercepted them along the way. So I'll tell my frigate to just go here next turn, or this turn, as you wish, and you go here. Yes, okay. So what options do we have? We have large, swamp, abundant, and gems, which I think is +2 BC every turn, and this is medium, ocean, abundant, also gems. So this is slightly bigger. Both have gems, but this is ocean, which is better for early development. So you'll actually just go to this planet.
Pardon me, President.
One of our colony ships has reached a viable planet. Colonizing planets from different planet systems is a good way to expand the range of our scanners. Choose planets with good biomes to boost population growth and high mineral riches to increase production. To establish a new colony, scan a sector fleet with at least one colony ship and select colonize for fleet actions. Yes, I was getting there. And now we colonize our first planet. Congratulations, I guess. It's pretty decent. I mean, it has a better than average biome, it has average minerals. I think it's a pretty decent planet for first planetfall. I mean, I could wait around and take a further look around, but with every turn that I waste just flying around, exploring, I also waste a possible turn to, you know, have something built somewhere with this colonist that's just sitting around on the colony ship. So there's both sides to that argument too. Let's actually use the start of a research facility, though I have the feeling that I'm gonna change that soon. Talking about changing soon, I want to finish up the research laboratory here because I'm gonna make progress on physics and I want to build an automated factory there next turn. Alright, to research. As I said, we get an automated factory, which gives us +2 production. This isn't influenced by how many people are on the planet. It just gives us 2 production, or even if nobody is actually working in the production industry. So it's pretty decent. And we get a better weapon, neutron blaster, master blaster. After every technological advancement, we also get recommendations for upgrades for our ships. I don't really care about that, but if you want to upgrade that, then be my guest. Do I need anything here? I actually like electronics because it gives us the deep scanner ability, which basically means we don't have to fly around so much in order to figure out where everything's at. But I'd also like to have biology for hydroponic form and biospheres. So I guess biology it is. Terrific, yes. Thank you.
Sorry for the interruption, President.
Yes. The population of a colony affects research, food, and production output. Assigning population work on food will speed up population growth, yes. While doing on production or research will reduce the ETA of buildings and research times respectively, yes. I can assign it manually or just let you do it, yes. I know. Let's have an automated factory built here, and after that I want a colony ship. I didn't talk about the clicking this button here, which is grayed out at the moment when I did that last turn. Basically you can rush build buildings, which you have to pay additional money, which we don't have that much in the beginning, but you can basically pay additional money to just have it instantly finished. The more production is left on a specific project, the much higher your the amount of money you have to invest in is. But if you're familiar with the concept of turn-based advantage, then it is actually pretty important to realize that. So here I'm actually going to switch out the factory and the research lab. Other than in the predecessors, the research laboratory will be started and none of the production will be transferred to the factory here, which is an important change that you have to be aware, because in the past you could just change stuff around. Sometimes you had to pay a production cost fee, but most times you could just change production around while it wasn't completely finished. Here you can't really do that. Here you really have to build everything all by itself. You can only use BC to speed up progress. But since production basically influences everything else, I would like to have production here first, and then the research, and then we'll see how that goes. I guess by that time we'll have some further research done that you can do. So talking about what to do, I think you'll actually go here. Yes, my scout is gonna go scout over there. Who needs orders? Yes, you're gonna remain here and guard this point of entry. If you have ships or stations at a warp point entering a system, you can basically stop enemies from entering it unless they want to fight you. Not sure if that also works for pirates as it should be, but if there were a defensive station on this warp point here, the pirates would automatically engage in combat. I guess since they don't automatically do that if there's only ships standing guard, it actually doesn't work like that. So yes, here we're just both here, and I could say, okay, you just want to go and pass through here, no problems. But I actually don't want to do that. I actually want to kill those pirate raiders before they raid something that belongs to me. So let's actually combat them. There's two ways to do that. One is simulate and one is tactical. I'm going to be using tactical for the beginning here. Tactical is basically real-time combat. I was starting to say it's basically combat as you would expect it to be in space. It is different very much from how the original Master of Orion used to do combat, because there it was turn-based combat. Yeah, here it really is not. Yeah, it's real-time combat. I just hit the pause button immediately so that I could talk more. But you can move around here. You see my ship down here, which is going to engage the enemies, but I can give it other orders. I could tell it to go here and hide in the asteroids if I wanted to. Talking about the asteroids can sometimes block fire. You can still shoot at enemies behind them, but if there's an asteroid in front of it, your fire will probably not hit. So I'm gonna take a slight deviation here and actually tell my ship to move here, so that we have a clear line of engagement with the enemies. Let's continue now. Okay, now get ready on those. Since my frigate has missiles and they only have guns, I can basically use the superior range of the missiles to hammer them with missiles from afar. I really don't need it. I mean, I could go in close and just shoot them down with everything. But just to demonstrate that, I think it's a good demonstration purpose for... that range could be important. But I'm gonna be talking more about range later, I guess. So we won here. We received a little bit of damage, but not too much. If I go back here, we see that the frigate has a little bit of damage on their hull, which won't repair on its own. If I want that to repair, I would have to have it go back to Sol Prime, because that's the only place where I have a space station right now. So, but it'll actually just wait here. I think it'll be fine to just repel another pirate, because apparently there's some pirates somewhere around here, like in Volantis. I heard terrible things about Volantis, you know. So there could be a pirate base somewhere around here or somewhere behind that is trying to get to us. So let's actually just let the ship wait there. Talking about ships waiting, the ship is waiting for orders. So let's actually explore the planets here. Do you have here a huge thunder abundant? Huh, okay, next turn you can go here. Let's also go to the next turn. How's the production looking here? You need one more turn at least, alright? Someone needs orders. Yes, you want a guard. I guess I wasn't specific enough on that. And biology research is completed.
Our scientists have made a new discovery.
Yes, hydroponic farms just increase our food flat out. After I talked so much about the automated factory and how I like it, you would guess I would do the same for hydroponic farms. And to some extent it is, but you always have to be aware of maintenance cost, because maintenance is basically a PC cost that you have to pay every turn that a building is active, which can sum up to a lot over time. So you probably don't want to build everything just because you can, because maintenance costs money. The other one is biospheres, which is a mix of food and research, which I think is actually better than a hydroponic farm. But probably in most worlds I'll build both to some extent. So, is there anything really special I want to do? How about deep space scanner? Yes, does that sound like a thing? Cloning center would also be an interesting thing, but I think I'll actually go for electronics first. It takes a while though. Alright, you want to go here? Thank you. What do we have here? Small, ocean, ultra poor, and seagrass. Oh, the seagrass. And that one here was medium, toxic, and poor. Alright, thanks for the heads up. And then you can go on over here. You just arrived here, so let's see what's going on here. Small, desert, and abundant. You can go there next. It's right next door, but he can't really see what's going on there. He needs to get in close and do a scan. You know. I'm gonna rush build the factory here, because I'd like to get them to work on the colony ship ASAP. So, let's do that. After you've done that, I think you're actually gonna work on biospheres. But then, I guess the next one will be colony ship 2. I'll basically be pumping out a lot of colony ships. just that you're aware.
Just a minute of your time.
Instead of building a space factory next. Yeah, actually I was thinking about it. Space factories are construction ships capable of building structures that provide defense, research, extraction, and radar expansions in space at nodes such as warpoints, asteroid fields, and uncolonized planets. Space factories can indirectly claim territory by building defense structures in all warpoints of a given system. To go to a colony, yeah, I know. So you're trying to tell me here that I don't want to build another colony ship or the biospheres, and rather build another space factory. Okay, let's do that. But I really want the colony ship next. I'm not gonna change my mind on that. Okay, I'm gonna need to wait a few more turns before I could rush build this here. But right now I'm just very eager to get another colony ship going. What do we have here, by the way? Medium radiated ultra rich. Actually, this seems really bad because the biome is radiated, but actually radiated is fixable. There are a few red class biomes that you can't really fix at all, like toxic here. You can never change that, so this will always remain pretty bad. Radiated, however, you can fix and sort of make it nice again. So this basically is ultra rich, which is great. Minerals ultra rich. It's only medium size, but I couldn't really expect much more of that. I probably set a colony ship down here unless I find something more interesting. A large desert pool is not more interesting. Anyway. Okay. How about another turn? Fleet needs orders. Okay, what do we have here? Oops. Large, volcanic, but rich. Yes, talking about non-fixable biomes, volcanic definitely is one of them. Okay, well, we have a ship here, I guess. Then it means you'll go here and check out Volantis. Alright. You want to check out the planets here? Medium swamp abundant. It's kind of nice. It doesn't have anything special, but it's nice. I thought about that. Oh, I'm actually gonna rush build that here. I need the money for the colony ship, but I'd also like to have them, you know, get better eventually. So let's throw down some money. Hello?
Pleased to meet you. This is the controller of the Cylon Quanta. I am certain we have much to learn from each other.
I'm sure.
GNN, Galactic News Network.
You are tuned to GNN, the only network that tells you what you need to know. Bringing it to you live.
Galactic News Network, the galaxy's most reputable news source.
Yes, I think this is a good enough time to end up this episode right here. As you've seen, the Cylons lay claim to the Mentor system right over here. It doesn't seem to have any connections with the systems down here, which is good. But it does seem to have a connection, probably via here around somewhere, to Remont here. So I have a very interesting plan, because I'm sort of rushing out this this second colony ship to basically colonize the system here before they manage to colonize that one, because they will get pissed at us if we basically try to colonize the system next door. And even though I'm not really sure what's in the system yet, there's 5 planets in here, which makes it for an interesting long-term investment to claim the system. But we'll see more about that in the next episode. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one.